I've been working on commissions for a couple of years, since 2020 in fact. I've done it all. Canines, bovines, cervids, reptilians, and of course, dragons. I've also drawn loads of natural backgrounds, mountains, plains, coasts, etc. What I struggle a lot with, though, is the non-natural backgrounds. Cities, houses, rooms, and, well, restaurants. Don't get me wrong, I have done a couple of them, however, not often enough to have a good grasp on how to draw them properly. This time, I had to go again and draw, possibly one of the most ambitious projects yet. The Dragon Restaurant. Let's have a basic rundown of the commission, shall we? Our client for today, who I'll call Louis to keep them anonymous, wanted an Italian restaurant concept. In this piece, there would be 6 different characters. Donut. Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. If I'm saying the actual names, I'll call them to the. Let's have a basic rundown of the commission, shall we? Our client for today, who I'll call Tuthi, wanted an Italian restaurant concept. In this piece, there will be 6 different characters. Donut, Olivius, Dice, Reptor, Tuthi, and this blue cat? Sorry, I couldn't find that name anywhere, I apologize. Here we have our 6 main characters for this thrilling journey of ours. More reference pictures will be shown on screen right now, but that's basically the gist of it. Now, without further ado, let's begin. First, I made a very simple thumbnail to get a big idea of the composition, even if 2D gave me a thumbnail of their own. Once I got around to doing the actual piece, months later because I had exams in university and, yeah, I decided to do something different. 3D models. 3D models and tools are the #1 best thing to ever happen to artists who have never done backgrounds in their life. Clip Studio has an integrated tool to add your own 3D models, and some defaults that come with the program itself, like cubes, spheres, and polygons? Let's watch an instructional video to learn more.
Hello, I'm gonna show you very quickly how to add a 3D model to Clip Studio. Why? Because you probably needed it for this video. We're gonna go to download. You can go to any part of the assets. You're gonna click 3D and you're gonna click the fucking cube. We're gonna insert a cube. Boom. Bam, you have a cube. Congratulations. There are 3 buttons here. You can see these are camera controls and these are object controls. We're gonna control the camera so we can see the top of the object. Oh my god, it's a cube. Oh my god. Oh my god. So now we have a cube. Congratulations. Now, if we want to move the object, we can just move it like this, and just move it on all the coordinates. No, I think it moves specifically in the X and Y coordinates and moves it. Then you can rotate it on one axis, and I think you can rotate the other axis. Indeed. You can also rotate it, this one axis in specific, that's like in another button, just because. And yeah, this is cool, and then you can move it 3-dimensionally across this axis only, from this axis only. It's really cool. It's really freaking cool. And you can adjust the camera settings. Let's say we want to make. With this, you can adjust the FOV so it becomes a little more orthogonal, a bit more plain. And if you increase it with the scroll, it looks like this, and it's so fucking funny. I love this. So now, what I mainly do is rotate the camera to have the proper perspective you want, and then you can put more things in it. With the new versions of Clip Studio, you can actually add other backgrounds, like for example this. You can't need to download another one, so that's why the assets pop up. But mainly what you just want to do is to download the main things. By default, you always have the pyramid here, you have the prism here, you have the sphere here. You have the basic shapes that make a 3D model, that make any model on Clip Studio. I won't use any advanced techniques. I basically did this for the model of the restaurant. But if you want to look into it more, you can see that there's a lot of default assets, including people. And you can see this is a people person. And this is another people person. Let me put the people person here. Oh my god, there's 2 people. And there's more assets to choose from. Just remember, don't go very overboard with this. Not because it's bad or anything, just because I don't know how it works and I can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's basically what I did. I imported some Prism models into my CSP file and I started sketching. Frankly, I have not been sketching for weeks. Everything was hard all the time. Faces looked weird, anatomy was off, and the flipping the canvas was an absolute nightmare. But in the end, I did it. This is how the sketch looks so far into the process. There's a lot going on here, but it's not looking bad at all. It's a fair enough start to this ambitious piece. Now let's get to the difficult part, the line art. Oh my god. Line art sucks ass. Real bad. But for all intents and purposes, it works really well for my kind of style, a painterly one where I need a clear shape to denote plain shades, materials, etc. That's the main reason I do line art, because combined with my messier sketches, it has proven, at least to me, to work better. It doesn't work for everybody though, but since this is not a tutorial, I will not go over what line art style works better. I'll do that in another time. But summing line art up, for me it is something that makes or breaks the piece. If things are well done and polished, almost guaranteed everything else will be okay. But now, time for the moment we've been waiting for. Background, baby! 3D models I've inserted before did a lot of legwork on the back for the background rendering. It was actually amazing, like whoa. I initially planned for all the colors thanks to the background. I was inspired by the Italian restaurant called, I don't know what it was called, and once the background was rendered, I added additional foliage and textures. Also, I am in class right now and I just can't help but laugh at this gif. Yes, Toothy does make very tasty pizza. Now, the background is done. It's time for the final stretch. The characters. Now all the difficult parts are done. Coloring the characters at this point is a walk in the park compared to all the planning and preparation and preparation and planning and yeah, you get the idea already. I colored in the characters, shaded them with reddish colors to get them more integrated in the ambience of the restaurant, and then I checked the values of the painting. What values, you may ask? Let's watch an instructional video to learn more. Yes, I make the same joke again in the same script. Fuck you. Okay. So I'm making a short video just addressing a little bit of what I've done with the background so far. First of all, I checked the values. This is really important. I do it with a color layer, and then and I do it with a color layer in white, and this desaturates the actual image. This is without all the effects I put on. It's like it's a very basic composition. What you actually want to do when you have compositions with like loads of characters and stuff is to have very clear values. For example, I wanted to make the area in the background a little bit darker, so the main character, Reptar, stands out. Basically, the whiter areas are gonna be in this. Hang on, let me do the arch. Basically, in this very arch here, this area overall. Let me make it bigger. This overall arch is just going to be this focal point, this focal point, this focal point. I do want these to have a bigger arch and by adjacent to this one. That basically goes here, here, right to the candle, and back to the character here. These two are basically in the background. They look at each other, they look at the spaghetti, and it just goes back to the face. Whatever. This is overall just the main flow of the piece that I wanted. What I basically did is, since I wanted this to be darker, more secondary, I made a multiply layer, darkening this part and darkening the background.
When you can see it in color, I modified a little bit of the color so it looks like it had a little bit of light right here in the center to at least show their faces a little bit more. And then a darker layer that it's in a grayer kind of color, just to make the values a little bit less varied, especially for the portraits that have loads of colors because they have loads of different characters in them. So I think it would be like easier making those values pop out less, so the values at the front here could pop out more. And with color, you can clearly see that this whole trail, as I said, stands out a little bit better. And that's about it. I will note, however, that we are currently in layer 27 with this composition layer here. I've never gotten this big before, and I still have to render every bloody character in this piece. Wish me luck. I finished rendering the character, refraining myself from adding too much details, because one thing you must know, kids, is that if everything has too much detail, it's not going to be readable. It is going to suck. I'll maybe talk about that for another video, because there's always videos about adding details, but never any that tell you how much you actually need to add to a piece, and it gets difficult the more you have in it, and I am still working on that to this day. If I feel more confident about the subject, I'll make a rant about it. Or not maybe a rant, maybe just like a normal video. Now, before showing the final piece, I do want to say a little something. I really liked how people interacted with this piece. Imagining the restaurant, eating there, what they eat. It's a commission, mind you, but it was nice to see. If you're one of those people, you'll be surprised to know that I will be making a restaurant your character here in the near future. Also, I hope. By the time I edit this video, there's probably a high chance that I have like the idea, because I have like the idea in mind, but I haven't sketched anything yet. It's just like, I know it's going to happen. When is it going to happen is up to me, and you never leave things up to me. You don't. Anyways, hope you stay tuned for that. That's out of the way now, so let's show the final result. Welp, this has been a thing I just made. Oh my god, that sounds like Forspoken. So let me get this straight. I am seeing a freaking dragons, they are making pizza, and I am talking to a fucking... Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you around. It's been like a lot of things have happened in the lapse I made the other video compared to this one. Like, if you're aware of what happened in the past months, you would be surprised. Like, actually, I am not stable at all, mentally speaking, but we are trying our best. Thankfully, in a couple weeks, I'll be going to a friend's house. I'll be very happy, very jolly, very cute. And maybe I can get more videos in the future. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Now I'll edit whatever the fuck this was, and I'll get to study. So, yeah. See y'all later. Bye.